how to develop an abundance mindset. Hi, welcome back to Manosphere Paradigm, the channel where we learn to level up in health, wealth, in our relationships, as well as hobbies. Today we'll talk about how to develop an abundance mindset. Let's go. So, what is an abundance mindset and how do we cultivate it? Well, an abundance mindset is no fear of loss, and basically not being tied to outcomes. Me as a recovering nice guy, I always tend to overthink things. I never get to the start and start things because I always used to want to make sure that things are perfect, want to make sure that I don't fail, and push myself to the point of not getting over the starting line in getting something started. So to have and to maintain and to develop an abundance mindset, you need to firstly adopt the mindset of not having any fear of loss and not being tied to any type of outcome. So to translate that into something that we can understand, an example, I am a commercial and procurement manager, and that is my job. I basically set up contracts. I deal with different types of vendors, different types of scope of work, different types of things that I need to procure. I need to negotiate pricing, I need to negotiate terms, and that is where I have learned also and helped me to hone in my skill in being able to have an abundance mindset. When you are negotiating and when you're trying to get the best terms for what you're wanting to get and the best price, you would get to that stalemate where you would have a back and forth as to what you want, or more or less what the market is asking for. But you'd always want to make sure that from a level of, if you're buying any goods, there's economies of scale. You want to see the more you purchase, obviously you want to get a better price. And when it comes to if it's a type of service, depending on what the type of scope of work is, you always want to make sure that you sweeten the deal and put in something extra that can incentivize the other party to give you a better price or a better discount. So you always want to when you get to that stalemate and you get to the point of the parties does not want to move, that's the proverbial gunslinger, the 12 noon, the two guys facing off in the middle of town, where they stand with their rifles or their guns next to them, and they're looking at each other and they're squinting their eyes, and they're like, you have that music, what's that? Cue the music. You have the music playing in the background. They're squaring off, and they want to see who's the first one that's gonna finish. But at the end of the day, the first guy that flinches, that will be, you've put in your offer, you've put in, this is the best I can do, this is what I want, and that price for me is not good enough, and I'll get back to you, and you do the walk away. The walk away is where you'll see who is the one that wants it the most, because I've read a book in the past that mentions the power lies with the one that wants it the least. So that's where you will find out, and if you stick it out and you're patient, the other party will connect and call you. You know what? Let me give you. I think let's go with that. What that deal. I think what you've suggested. That's what we want to do. That's when you learn to relax. You learn to hone your skills, and you learn to get the best deal because you have an abundance mindset. You weren't running after them. Please guys, give me the discount. I need to get this. I need to show my boss. No. You know what you want. You go into that meeting, into that negotiation, knowing where you want to land. We call it in the commercial and procurement industry, we call it your BATNA. So you basically want to get the best price. You have your threshold, but you make sure that you have that abundance mindset, so when you go into negotiation, you know where you want to land. But anything better than that, it's sweet. But at the end of the day, it's even sweeter the fact that you know you negotiated on your terms. So when you talk about abundance, having an abundance mindset in relationships, you have certain people that would have others walk over them, whether it is someone that is in a relationship, boyfriend and girlfriend, or whether even in a marriage. You'll have the one party accepting someone else walking over them, not speaking up and not saying what is on their mind, or if they've been wronged or felt wrong and offended for whatever reason. They'll keep quiet and accept it. So when you have an abundance mindset, you are not afraid to open up your mouth. You're not afraid to speak up and correct the other party. And if it does come to the point where the other party does not want to better or want to try and change things to accommodate you, you have to ask yourself some questions as to what's the benefit for me in this relationship. And if it doesn't work for you, you basically say, you know what, I'm out, this is not working for me, and you move on. That is coming from an abundance mindset. That is not being the person that's got the scarcity mindset in always wanting to make sure that, oh, you are my everything, you are my world, and having that saying that they say, happy wife, happy life. No, it's happy couple, happy life. That is where both parties are happy in being into something. It is not about having power and lording it over someone. Abundance mindset is to know when you have enough, and if it's time to move on or break away, or when you need to demand certain things because that is something that you as a person expect, because that is your standard. So in a for those that's dating, I mean, a simple way for an example of that is you've set a date with a girl. You've said to her, I will meet you at 8 p.m. or 7 p.m. We're gonna go for drinks. And you say, for instance, you say 7 p.m. Go for drinks. You arrive at 7. She rocks up at 10 past, 15 minutes past. Now, firstly, she's late, and you need to check her for the fact that they're being late. So either someone else would be, it's fine, traffic, my sister this, or my mom this, or the other. Yes, it's fine. You can accept the apology, but then you need to also have the abundance mindset in telling her, you know what, since you're late, the first round of drinks is on you. How do you mean? Do I have to spend and pay for it? Yes, it's on you. You have to have a consequence when someone has done something where they have not respected your time. You have to make sure that people respect not just you, but respect your time, and they can't just say it, they have to show it. So that's an example of going on a date. You set a time, she's late, and gives you whatever excuse. I don't care. All you need to do is you need to stand up for yourself and say, check her in a polite and calm manner, not, hey, what the hell? No, it's just, hey, you're late. Call this, mom this, fine. First round of drinks is on you. Oh, we're having this, that, and the other. You buying me dessert. And there has to be a penalty for the fact that you are late. And you know what's gonna happen next time? She will be on time if she wants to go on the second date. And if she doesn't, plenty fish in the sea. You move on, because guess what? You're not tied to the outcome. You don't have any fear of loss, and you can say to yourself, okay, cool, she wasn't the one for me, and bounce. It is what it is. Now, the way society has been put together and the way where we find ourselves, there's a lot of people pleasers. There's the culture of wanting to not make any waves, not talking up for yourself, and a lot of people will fly against that advice. But for me, at the age of 41 and what I've experienced in my life, with this, I've learned that you can go so much further when you set boundaries in your relationships, with your business interactions, with family. People will respect you more because they know that you have a standard. If you've got someone that do not have a standard, it's pretty lame, and people won't respect you. And if there's no respect, there's no foundation to be able to build on to go and grow things together or whatever you're trying to achieve. Another area where we can focus on having an abundance mindset is when it comes to your money, when it comes to hobbies. You need to always have that mindset of always trying and pushing yourself and trying to get to the next level. Now, when it comes to money, we always want to, sometimes we hold on to what we have and we don't want to lose it, and we don't want to take a risk, but you'll still just be in the same position 5-10 years from now, and you won't have achieved anything other than surviving. But if you want to thrive and gear up and get to the next level, one of the things that you need to do is start with what you have. Take what you have, the resources that you have. If you have some, you've got a hell of a lot more than what others have that got jack. So push yourself with what you have. Use the little brains that God has given you and be able to maneuver in such a way that you can get to where you want to be by making small incremental steps, other than trying to make big leaps and then using that as an excuse when you fail. So start with what you have. Push yourself with trying to do some side hustle. People telling you, yeah, everyone's doing it. I myself, just as an example, I got into motorbiking, and it's a hobby that I've reconnected with for the last 2 years. And I've done motobiking, and I've been pushing myself where I was hella scared in getting on that bike. I rode up to 250 cc's back in the day, and that is as much as I could have managed. And I went out in 2019. I bought me a 600cc Honda CBR. I could not ride it, but I said to myself, I'm getting this thing, and in 3 to 4 months, I'm going to be able to ride this thing. So I had that abundance mindset and saying to myself, I'm going to do this no matter what. And 2 years later, I'm driving something else. Now I'm driving a Kawasaki ZX6R, and I'm just loving it and enjoying it. So you have to use what you have, and you need to start with what you got. I started off the motorbiking. I didn't have the right gear, I didn't have the right jacket, my helmet was a bit bulky, I didn't have the proper gloves, but the Rome wasn't built in a day. I started where I could, what I could manage, and I started getting into the motorbike scene. And long story short, I can now competently ride a motorcycle, sit in those bins, loving it. And the other thing was, when it came to my money, I started understanding the motorbike world, the type of gear that's being used. I got exposed to understand what type of inner that you need to have, all the types of insulation. And I could start identifying some deals on Marketplace and seeing, wow, this guy's selling a motorbike suit that it's like, I mean, in South Africa we have rand, and it was like 4-5k, and this guy was selling the suit for what was it? He sold the suit to me for $2,000. I got it to my front door, 2,200, and at the end of the day, I ended up selling the suit for 4,000 rand here in Cape Town, and I was a profit at 1,800 rand. That was me understanding what is a bargain, understanding what to buy, and then having the balls to try it, put the money on the line, and actually push myself to be able to promote it and sell it and then get the profit. So work with what you have, start with where you are, and put clear goals as to where you want to be, and go after it, and have that abundance mindset, other than having the scarcity mindset in always trying, oh, what if I fall? What if this happened? My bike has fallen many a times, many a scrapes. It is what it is. It's part of the game. I scraped my elbow for falling off the bike once, and it was stupid mistakes that I did, but at the end of the day, I can stand here being able to have that skill of riding a 600cc bike, which I didn't have two years ago, but I can stand here competent on a bike and be able to know what type of gear I have, and I have better gear than when I started off, because I just put my mind out there to push myself and have an abundance mindset. It's something you guys can do. It's something you have to work on, and always try to say, you know what, I have what I have, it is what it is, but I'm gonna push and try and get to the next level. So don't give up, don't stop, push to the next level, adopt that mindset of always having abundance and pushing yourself to the next. So maintaining a abundance mindset is something that we always we try to wrap our head around it and try to understand as to how do we keep on having that confidence to be able to have an abundance mindset. Things happen in life, your health may get affected, your money may get affected, but at the end of the day, you need to tell yourself and know where you want to be, and say to yourself, no matter what, I'm going to commit and I'm going to make this a success. So when things come up in your life, because you have your end goal in sight and you know what you want to achieve, you will focus on maintaining your fitness. You will focus on pushing your money and trying to see the avenues where you can invest, avenues where you can try some different strategies, and some avenues that you can also save up and be able to invest in your pension fund, and things that you can in getting yourself a bit further down the road and a better financial standing. So there's certain things you can do practically and that will enhance and also just help you to have that abundance mindset no matter what. But it starts with you, with the goals and the achievements that you want to achieve down the road. It starts with focusing on that. One of the motivational talks that I've been listening to in the morning when I go for a run, and one of them was saying that this guy was doing a talk and was looking at the crowd, and he was telling them, can you tell me something brown in the audience? And everyone was looking, they could see the brown, and it was like, okay, there's brown, there's brown, there's brown, cool. And then he said, close your eyes, now tell me where you saw blue. And people was confused, and I was like, I can't. So the moral of that story is, we see what we focus on. So if you focus on maintaining your mindset, pushing yourself on fitness, pushing yourself in taking chances and being responsible with your money, and also thirdly, when it comes to relationships, having standards, having your boundaries, and treating others with respect as well as yourself, and making sure that you have that dynamic where people always know respect comes first, you will be well on your way to maintaining an abundant mindset, and you will start seeing doors opening for you to grow even further, so you can get to those goals that you've set out to achieve. So keep on pushing, keep on going, and to trying to get to the next level, whether it's in your health, your wealth, your relationships, and your hobbies. Keep that abundance mindset no matter what. That was another video from the Manosphere Paradigm. Today we're talking about having the abundance mindset and getting rid of that scarcity mindset, and always pushing yourself to the next level. Don't forget to subscribe, hit a like, and put a comment if this is something that interests you and where you want to have a say. You're free to leave a comment. Let me know what you think, and hit that subscribe button on your way out. Cheers.